up guys, back again with another video. So I heard someone say that, the trucking business is getting saturated. Well, that's not the case at all, right? Because actually it's a shortage in drivers. So whether you have your own authority, working for yourself, pulling your own freight, or you are a company driver, it's the same thing. Only one person can drive one truck. So it doesn't really matter. What's really happening is a lot of people is applying for their own authority. All that really is doing is putting pressure on the big mega carriers, because a lot of people don't want to drive for them. A lot of people just want to come work for them, gain experience, and then do their own thing, drive their own truck, which is awesome because now you're cutting out of the middlemen. You want to eliminate as much as the middlemen as possible. Now, I'm not saying that to say that, it's not going to be opportunity for everybody, because believe it or not, it's a lot of middlemen when it comes to the trucking business. The main person to make all of this stuff work is the truck driver. A lot of these people don't seem to realize that it's the truck driver who is most important, which when it comes to dispatching, when it comes to freight brokers, and everybody who's not driving a truck, you need to understand something, that the driver is the most important thing. Because if the driver don't pick that load up from the shipper and get it delivered to the receiver on time, then it's an issue for everybody. Nobody getting paid. If that load don't make it there, nobody is getting paid, right? So keep that in mind. So when you go to start your own trucking company, just know that it's freight, it's plenty of business for everybody. The market is not saturated with anything. It's so much freight going from point A to point B, all these different shippers and new buildings getting built for all the new products that's getting made and stuff like that. We're going to need drivers. We're going to need somebody to get that freight from point A to point B. And with that being said, it doesn't matter whether you're a company driver pulling that load for a mega carrier, or you go out there and get your own trucking authority and go book that load and pull it yourself personally. Or you buy a truck, lease it on to one of these carriers, get that freight from point A to point B. It's the same thing. Only one person can drive that truck to get it from the shipper to the receiver. Doesn't matter if you're a company driver, doesn't matter if you're leased on to a carrier, purchase the truck and lease it on, lease the truck and lease it on, or you have your own trucking authority. It doesn't matter. Only one truck can pick up one load to get that load from the shipper to the receiver. So it's no way possible that too many people is getting their authority. I know a lot of people are skeptical about starting an authority because it's an investment. It takes money to get it started. It takes money to get your insurance on the truck. It takes money to get all the things that you need to get your authority started. So that's kind of skeptical and raise some skepticism. That's why people don't really start trucking authorities. That's why people don't really start trucking authorities also, because, you can buy a truck and you can lease it on to Landstar and you never have to worry about getting an authority ever. Because if you take that truck and lease it on, they're going to put their plates on it. They're going to put the insurance on it, and they're just going to take the money out of your check every single week. You don't even have to pay for fuel out of your own pocket. They're going to give you a fuel card, and you're going to use that fuel card, and then whatever fuel that you spent, they're going to take that out of your check every week. That's why I be encouraging people, even if you are leased on, get your own fuel cards, because that's at least one thing that you can eliminate them deducting out of your settlement every week. If you leased your truck on, if you're leased on right now, you guys should go and get a fuel card on your own. And that way you can control the fuel and get discounts for the fuel when you're fueling up your truck running these loads from point A to point B. Another thing that I encourage you to do is, if you're going to stay leased onto a carrier and you don't care about getting your own authority, you most definitely should start an LLC and lease your truck on to that carrier under your business name. That way you can build business credit, you have fuel cards, you can create a whole business without starting an authority. You can have a whole trucking company leased on to a carrier. Add multiple trucks. You can bring in additional trucks as well. All these trucks can be under your business name, leased onto a carrier. You don't have to pay the money for insurance or anything up front to put insurance and stuff like that on authority. You don't have to get plates for none of these trucks. That carrier is going to put plates on all your trucks, going to put insurance on the truck. They're going to take that money out of your settlement every single week. Some of them even will pay the drivers. Calculate whatever percentage that you got going to your company and pay the other money out to the driver. So it's so many different ways that you can do trucking. So many different ways. So you can lease your truck onto a carrier, or you can run under your own authority. A lot of people like to start their own authority because you got 100% control. You have 100% control of the money that's going to come in, 100% control over the money that's going out, and you're going to have the benefits of running your own company, cutting out a middleman. Go straight to the broker, or if you have a trucking authority, you can go straight to the shipper, straight to the receiver, and have direct contracts, cut out freight brokers, right? You can dispatch your own trucks. You know, nothing against dispatchers, nothing against freight brokers, because it's always going to be somebody that don't want to do it too. It's so many trucks. Some people got so much business going on, they're going to want a dispatcher. They're going to want a dispatcher to dispatch their trucks because, you know, they just want to worry about getting that freight point A to point B. Or you're going to have some that want full control. They're going to book their own loads and get themselves from point A to point B. So it all depends on what you want to do as a company or for your company, and as a driver, if you drive or if you just running your trucks. It all depends. It's enough money and it's enough opportunity for every lane. Somebody like me who is basically a one-man operation, I book my own loads. You know, I even have shippers and receivers that I can pick up loads from directly. And of course, you know, I handle all the money that comes into the bank accounts and how they go out of the bank accounts. So that's me personally, but if I wanted to lighten the load, I can have somebody dispatch. You know, if I wanted to lighten the load, I can have, you know, a freight broker, you know, book my loads through just freight brokers, and now I don't have to worry about going from Uber or all these other stuff. I can just go to that particular broker and use only that broker's freight. Or I can take a truck and lease it on and still have my authority too. So it's just so many options. I hope you guys understand that if you are decide to get your own trucking authority, it'll be plenty of work for you. That's just the bottom line. So like, share, subscribe. Till next time, see you in the next video.